Hey, welcome back to Module 7, Lesson 3. This will be the final lesson in Module 7, but it's an important module. Remember, we're talking about delivering exceptional customer service, 5-star customer service, the best in the world. You are so good at what you do. You are so good at every part of your business. That is key to success. So we're going to talk about handling difficult clients and complaints. So the question is, should you ever have difficult clients or complaints if you are a 5-star business? You're absolutely going to have that kind of thing. That's just the way it works. No matter what you're going to do. I mean, we've worked in over 24,000 homes in our service businesses. And I can assure you that no matter how good you are, how well you've worked, something's going to go wrong at some point, and someone's going to be pissed off. Someone's going to be really angry that they felt like they were overcharged. They felt like they paid too much money. They had buyer's remorse. They had a technician who had mud on their feet. They had a person walk in and it wasn't the best situation. They had just a bad attitude that day. Things are going to happen 100%. There's nothing you can do about it. But what you can do is to mitigate the issue at hand and do it as a 5-star. I know I've drilled that into you today, as a 5-star company. So how do you mitigate a complaint? You have a pissed off customer call your office. They're furious. Oh my God, your technician was here. He did the blah, 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 blah. So let me give you a story. I'll give you a real quick story. And this is going to bring it home for you. I had a service technician go into a customer's house. They were there he was there with another technician. And my guy stood on top of a customer's washer and dryer while he was drilling a hole through a concrete wall, and all the debris was falling all over the washing machine. Then he was just standing on top of the wall, top of the debris, scratching the hell out of the washing machine. The customer walks down the stairs. I'm going to quote her. She says, "Are you a fucking moron? Are you fucking stupid? What in the fuck is wrong with you?" She was livid. That was a problem. He was a new guy. He was in training. And the guy with him who was responsible for him didn't say a word. Oh, yes. And I handled that problem appropriately with both of them. And so nobody got fired over, but I handled it appropriately. So I got a call about 30 minutes later from the general contractor we were doing the work for in this client's home, explaining to me what was up. So I immediately jumped in my car, drove over there to that client's house, knocked on the door, said, "Miss Jones, I am so sorry." The first thing I did was I owned the situation. The quickest way to handle a complaint, if it's your fault, own the situation, own it. First thing I said, "I am so sorry. I can't change what he did. I cannot tell you enough how sorry I am. I'll repair them or I'll replace your washer and dryer." These were these new front loaders. This is years ago when they were really expensive. They just came out. So it cost me $3,000 to replace the washer and dryer, because even though he only damaged the washing machine, they didn't have that color anymore for that washing machine. They didn't make it anymore. So I had to pay the $3,000 to have those two replaced. Very disappointing. It could have been so much better. That wasn't 5-star service at all. But how I handled the complaint was I owned the situation. I was very soft toned. I took whatever ass chewing I needed to take. I didn't argue with it. I didn't complain. I said, "I will take care of the problem. I will solve this for you." And that's what I did, is I solved it. Now, what happens when you have a pissed off client that calls you? They're pissed off about something that's not your fault. How do you handle that? This is important. Remember, you're a 5-star company. You want to be very appropriate in how you do this, because this is going to potentially harm your 5-star reviews, your 5-star referrals. That's going to change it all. First thing to do is listen. Don't talk, just listen. Listen to what they have to say. Soft tone. Use a soft tone. Your tone is going to determine the level they take their tone to. So you want to have that soft tone. And then you listen to them, and then you say, okay, you look and see, or is there any justification for their anger? Maybe they just don't understand what happened or why it happened or why something was the way it was. So therefore, it gives you a chance to explain your side and make it better. But the key is going to be your tonality and your body language, especially if you're in person. You don't want to come off as like you don't want to do that. You want to come off as a soft-toned individual who is strong in what they believe, but very compassionate, very empathetic. You do not want to come off as an asshole just because someone's pissed off at you or they're pissed off at one of your employees. Take the time to listen to them. Make sure you understand what it is. Ask them good questions. Ask them questions about everything that went on in that situation. Make sure everything is what it was, because it could be your employee's fault or it could be your fault and you just didn't realize it. But don't just jump to conclusions and say, don't you dare talk to me that way. Take the ass chewing. Remember this, you're a 5-star service. Take the ass chewing. Then when you realize, when you've owned it, you said, hey, look, I'm so sorry this has happened, Ms. Jones. Let me see what I can do to fix this. There may be nothing you can do to fix it, but you're going to say, let me see what I can do to fix this. And you're going to work through the problem with them, and you're going to come up with a solution that makes their life better, where they can give you a good 5-star review and give you good 5-star referrals. I have had employees do stupid things on jobs where I, as the owner, go own the situation. I've been able to soften the blow, take the ass chewing, and been able to offer a solution, and I've still got 5-star reviews. This is key to your business's success, is how you manage people when they're upset. You don't want to be the asshole. You want to be the person who's compassionate. But also, you're not going to be someone who is, you're going to be run over you. You can't do that either. You have to stand up for yourself. If they're cussing at you, say, Ms. Jones, look, I understand you're angry, but if you talk to me in an appropriate way, I would appreciate it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to walk away from this conversation, and we'll come back when you're not as angry. Sometimes that's just what you have to do. You just got to cut it off, because they've got to calm down first. And once they calm down, then you can have a logical conversation with them. Remember, they're dealing in emotions, not logic at the time. So because they're in an emotional state, not a logical state down here, they're just all crazed about what went on. And it could be something so simple, and it could be nothing. But at the end of the day, it's your responsibility as the owner of that business and as the manager of that company to make sure you mitigate that issue in a compassionate way to where you can get the 5-star review. Your goal is still to get that 5-star review. Your goal is still to get that 5-star referral. They'll do it if you own the situation, especially if it's your part. And if it's not your part and it wasn't your fault, you can calmly explain to them what happened, how it happened, and why it happened. And then they're going to be like, you know what? I didn't think about that. The whole idea is change their perspective in a calm way, and in a professional way, in a 5-star way. And that's going to change everything for you. How you manage these will determine how much further you go in your business. When you get a 2 or 3-star review, call the customer right away. Ms. Jones, I'm so sorry. I saw that you give us a 2 or 3-star review. May I ask why? They're going to tell you why they give you one. And then that gives you a chance to make it better to where they can change that review to a 5-star review. Your goal should always be to provide 5-star services so you can get a 5-star review. And that is even with dealing with complaints and angry customers. So make this happen. Be compassionate, be empathetic, and just don't be an ass. It doesn't work. It doesn't serve you at all. I've seen it too many times. So I can't wait to see you guys in the next module. I'm so grateful that you've come this far. This is important to your business. This is important to your success. See you in the next one.